Today I want to talk about a little lightsaber that doesn't look too impressive, but it has a fun little gimmick that I am really hoping to see in more lightsabers going forth. This was sold to me as a combat Neopixel lightsaber. What does that mean? First of all, it's stupid. Well, let me rephrase that. In my humble opinion, it is incredibly stupid because you should never do actual combat with a Neopixel blade. A, because you will end up breaking it, and it's an expensive replacement, and B, it's heavy. If you're not wearing the right equipment and you're you're just asking to be hurt. If you want to do that sort of fighting, go to a historical fencing club and swing around great swords. They have the proper equipment and swords won't break. I know that there are a bunch of actual fight, lightsaber clubs. As far as I know and hope, they use just LEDs and empty blades. So it's not weird to me that that this didn't sell well, it seems, because I remember a while back this was something that kept coming up on LGT reseller websites, and it's basically gone from a lot of them. So I can only assume it didn't sell that well, because what lightsaber club in their right mind would give people Neopixel blades? Enough shitting on this saber. So why am I excited about this saber? Well, it's not the looks, because it's quite simple. Of course I like simple, so it's not bad at all. I really enjoy actually holding it and using it, except for the little Suba. It does get in the way of twirling, but if you're using it to just spar with, it's perfect. Should be fine. It's got a nice long handle, so it's actually nicely usable. The crossguard here, or crossguard, the Suba, you can just screw that off and screw this little pin on top, which actually I don't hate the lightsaber setup like that. So you just literally slide this off, slide this over, and now you have it without its little Suba, and it's actually quite usable. The little gap where the Suba is supposed to go actually leaves a nice little gripper. So as for it being a Neopixel lightsaber for spinning, it's actually quite nice because it's a very long hilt, and I don't know if I can confirm this, but the backside of this feels heavier than it should be, so I think it is slightly meant to counterbalance. So it's actually a really nice flow Neopixel saber. Now, why am I actually excited about this saber? I'm excited about it because, as you can see, there's no screw holding in the blade. I have a I'm not even going to say a love-hate relationship with screws. I don't like screws, the retention screws. They strip the blades, they damage the bottom of the blades, and more often than not, I mean, I may just be too hard on my sabers because I really don't want the blade going out, but I've stripped multiple holes to the point where you can't get the screw out, and the screw itself got stripped, and you're just now stuck and have to bore it out and rethread it. It's just a whole lot of hassle. And if you don't do it, well enough, the blade just goes flying. So yeah, I don't like the screws, and I don't like how they look on the end. So what makes this a combat saber as it's advertised is this. So what's going on here? As you can see, there's a little metal bit just properly gripped onto the bottom of this blade. Properly. I've tried to take this off, it's not going. And on the blade itself is the emitter. And it's purposefully unable to go over. So no matter what you do here, unless this comically decides to break right now, as you can see, the blade will not leave the emitter. It's not going anywhere. So you basically just screw the emitter on, which screws the blade in. So now this is securely fastened. And I actually love this idea. Of course, outside the fact that I can't replace the blade for a normal blade, so this is a permanent Neopixel. This is permanently stuck to a Neopixel blade. So the only times I'm going to be using this is with flow, so I can't deal with this. Not much at least. And also what makes this a combat is the little lightsaber condom that it gets at the top here. It's just fully melted plastic over the end here to make sure that the tip is not going to go anywhere. So to be fair, they've made this quite duel worthy. The main issue with lightsaber blades when dueling is the tip goes off. So just this, it makes it look ugly. Not that you can really tell when it's lit up, unless you're close to it. And of course, if it's spinning, you're never gonna notice. But they made this quite nice. They made this quite combat efficient. And that's what I actually love about this. I would really love to see this design incorporated basically to everything. I want to get rid of screws, and I hope designers just pick up this, because this is brilliant. I love this. We need this, please. It's wonderful. And honestly, yeah, the tip needs some sort of work. Although I don't know if this is the solution, it's quite ugly. Of course, this is just installed with the Xenoboard V3, so you can connect it to the app, control all the colors and volume and fonts and everything within that. But it's got all that fancy stuff that most lightsabers come with these days. So all the button controls work. You can change the color, the fonts, everything just on the button, or you can connect it to your phone and do it super easily through that. Although that app is still very finicky. It's very iffy on when it wants to work and when it doesn't. I'm not sure where you can get this lightsaber. If you want this, you'll have to do your own research on where to find one, because we got this just straight from LGT headquarters. Sales representative just got in contact with the Lightsaber Club, and we bought a whole bunch of sabers. I know it's not available on Panel Outpost, which is one of the few places I trust. Ooh, motion controls. Blech. If you can get it cheap, maybe check it out. But mostly, of course, I just wanted to do this video to talk about the mechanism on how to attach the blade, and just let people know that this is an option that I really hope will catch on, because it's phenomenally nice and secure. But yeah, this has been the Neopixel Combat Saber from LGT. Again, no idea if you can actually still get this, but I just wanted to talk about this. So, sorry if you want this, you'll have to do your own research. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about this little doohickey. Thanks for watching, and want this. Want the new mechanism. Scream about it. Tell everyone about it. We want this, please. I'm that Jedi in Iceland. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.